Hello. It's been a while since I've come on here. I now have 70 subscribers. I'm so chuffed. So if you're one of my 70, thank you for subscribing. If you're not one of the 70, stay. Let's see if we have something in common. I'm very chilled today. This is a completely unscripted episode. I don't even I was going to write down something that I wanted to share with you guys because I have so many ideas of things that I would like to put out and to like leave a legacy on the internet. But it's too hot, guys. It's 40 degrees Celsius in Murcia, which is a small city in the southeast of Spain. It's hot. Now, the way that we survive this indoors, obviously, you can have um, air conditioning and stuff like that. My husband and try not to use too much of air conditioning because it's obviously not good for the environment, or my pocket because it gets expensive in the summer with electricity bills. So we have in Spain like metallic metal shutters. So during the day, those go down to try and keep the heat off the windows so that the heat sort of bounces back. And then we open them in the evening until the early hours of the morning, and then open and throw up, throw open windows and stuff to try and get like currents coming through. But basically, between now and let's say October, I'm just going to be dying. So it's going to be very informal going forward, guys. It's too hot. It's too hot to function. It's too hot. I'm too sweaty, and I can't make things look aesthetic. Not that I had things going aesthetic before, but at least I tried. Now that I'm getting no natural light and you've only got the main light going forward. Actually, let me see if I can change the. Is that slightly better? Maybe it's slightly warmer. Okay, we'll leave it like that. So if you are watching, please don't concentrate on this video by just doing nothing else. Wash the dishes, be on your treadmill, potter around the house, listen to me while you're, I don't know, studying, I don't know, whatever. But it's just going to be me chatting with you guys. I'm trying to experiment with different ideas of how to go forward. So I've been in a weird place where I have so many ideas of what I want to put out onto YouTube. And I get this like level of resistance. And I don't know if you guys experience the same thing, where you have so much interest to do something, but like you meet an internal resistance. Like, when you put two magnets together and they just don't want to hit. That's what I'm feeling. And I get these feelings about multiple things. But at the moment, the resistance is creating work for YouTube. Although what I think is full of value, and I think that some people would resonate with it, I don't know if it's that I don't think it's that I'm lazy. I don't know if I don't know what the resistance is. So I've been sitting with it, and the way that I'm going to try and move past it, because you can't hit resistance full on like the magnet. If you go full on, it's not going to go anywhere. So trying to manipulate going past my brain in other ways. For example, doing this video a couple of days ago, I did a Sunday night journal prompt, completely unscripted, unedited, nothing. And yeah, so that's what I'm going to try going forward, like do some edited videos and then do some things that are just completely off the cuff for things like this. Because I think it comes down to like, if any of you have done like shadow work, if you don't know anything about shadow work, just mention it in the comments and I'll explain it a little bit more. But if you've done shadow work, I think there is something in me that feels not imposter syndrome, but feels this level of false. It's not even falseness. Maybe it is imposter syndrome. I don't want to come across as this all-knowing guru. I hate those people on YouTube, on social media, that these youngsters that just pop out of nowhere and call themselves experts and gurus and coaches, and are just trying to, they're just out there trying to make money. And unfortunately, some of them, maybe they do know what they're doing, but a lot of it's just a scam. And I try very hard not to be associated with that. I mean, I studied life coaching. I actually have a certificate. I did my hours. I passed an exam. I got the necessary amount of practice hours to do the certificate. The problem is that these sort of like pop up like daisies without any regulation, like in for example, like psychology, you actually have to have a certificate and you have to be associated with your national psychology association. But in terms of like self-development or in something that's a little bit more consciousness focused or spiritually focused or personal development focused, there's no regulation, so anybody can say anything and just be like, what I say is the absolute truth. And I don't want to be like that, so I'm still struggling trying to make content. Maybe that's what it is, where it's my perspective and something that I think that some people would resonate with, but I just don't want to come across as that dickhead, you know? Like, listen to me. In my 36 years of being on this world, I've learned so much. Okay, granted, I have learned a lot, and I think that people would benefit from it. But, you know, every Tom, Dick, and Harry has a past with, you know, things that they've learned along the way. So that's what I guess I'm working through in terms of this page. Another thing that anyone that's creating on YouTube or sort of absorbs, consumes is maybe the better word, different types of social media, I'm struggling with figuring out what media I should be dealing with. I really want to focus on YouTube, but a lot of it is sometimes I just want to speak off the cuff like I am now, in shorthand videos, which is more, I guess, for TikTok. But I don't know about you guys. If you're on TikTok, TikTok is just adverts at the moment, and it's always just someone trying to sell you something. I'm so tired of the AI slop on TikTok. I mean, there's obviously AI slop on YouTube, but for me, I'm not seeing it. But AI slop on TikTok with people always trying to sell you something. And it's, you know, I've experienced this, and then like, write potato down in the comments and I'll send you the link. I'm like, Jesus Christ, I'm not interested. And yet there seems to be so much potential. So like my attention is grabbing towards these things, but I don't want to be creating more content that's just going to be hidden amongst that other stuff, you know? So then I was thinking maybe I should just focus on TikTok, and on TikTok, maybe I should just focus everything on YouTube. I enjoy keeping things unedited. I know that's not everybody's cup of tea, especially in the world now of everything being go, go, go. Everything is clipped on, my South African accent's coming out, clip. Everything is clipped on social media, that like there's no there's no ahs, there's no natural pauses. Everything is just like go, go, go. The brain is so not over regulated, over stimulated. Um, and I'm not about that vibe. I'm really trying to consume slower. And yes, I do catch myself if things are not going fast enough. I'm sure you're doing it as well. Right now, probably to this video, you like tap in that fast forward button to get to the next point of what that person's trying to say. Yeah. So I'm in a conundrum of a catch-22, you know. But that's fine. That's fine. Uh, yeah, and that's just where things are. I'm also finding a lot of these beautiful moments that I really want to share with you. For example, I was having a conversation with my mom. I've been stuck in a rut personally. I'm 36, been stuck in a rut since I turned 30. That's a 6-year rut, if not since I was 29. Um, but I'll go with 30. Let's say since 30, since the pandemic, that I've been stuck in a rut in a like, you know, the when water's going down the drain and you just like circling the drain. I just feel like I've been circling in the drain mental health wise. And there's some stuff in my personal life, business wise and family wise, that things have shifted. And it's just a beautiful moment that, you know, when there is a flood, um, and things are, and the water is trying to escape through the storm drains, right? But it gets flooded because there's like debris and grass and papers and whatever, and the water just sits stagnant, and you need to physically remove that blockage before the water can release. That's how I'm feeling, which I feel is such a beautiful analogy, and I don't know how to express this on like YouTube or on other social media, on Instagram, for example, where I can like explain that, like once one thing in your life shifts, maybe it's that one piece of debris in your life that's going to unclog other parts of your life, that energy is going to be moving, and maybe abundance is going to be coming back into your life. So I'd love to share some things like that with everyone. And I don't really know how to do it. So if anybody has an advice, um, or anybody knows how they are trying to live a less stimulated online life, um, because slow living, everybody thinks that slow living is all about like moving to the countryside and having chickens, and that's not what slow living is. You can live in the city center, you can live out in the countryside. Slow living is a state of mind, right? Um, and trying to embody that in 2026, when we are constantly bombarded with AI, and which is not a bad thing. I'm not anti AI. I'm pro intentional AI, which is not the same thing. So, you know, constant bombardment with AI, and needing the new technology of this, and this, and all the social medias. And I love social media. Don't get me wrong. Social media was a huge crutch during this swirling of survival in my first half of the decade of my 30s. But it's just a constant bombardment, and how to find that slower pace of life. It's not easy. It's not easy. It's easier for me living in Spain, obviously. If everybody knows anything about Spain, it's a way more chill pace of life, especially living in a small city. But I come from Johannesburg, you know, it's the one of the capital rat races of the world. It's just go, 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 go. And that's also, you know, majority of people come from some sort of place where it's just like ingrained in you to just be constantly on, you know, switched on at all times. And when we switch off, we tend to just switch off and then like scroll now on social media. And I'm not better than anybody else. I do the exact same thing because it helps me switch off. So trying to live more mindfully, trying to post more on social media, trying to be more authentic online, which this is me in literally my most authentic self. So yeah, there's a bit of general chit chat for you. Let me know if any of this has resonated with you, if any of this is coming up in your own life, if you are meeting any sort of resistance. I'd really love to start more of a conversation with people in other parts of the world. For me, it's one of the most beautiful aspects about, you know, YouTube, for example. If you are interested in following me on other social medias, I am on Instagram as Aurelia underscore intentional being. It's more mindfulness, more consciousness kind of stuff. If you're on TikTok, it's the same, intentionally being. It's more about my bullet journals and journals in general. I also don't like to post a lot of stuff on TikTok because it's connected to a lot of my contacts. And as you guys maybe know, maybe not know, this YouTube channel is secret. No one in my personal life knows that it exists. So I don't actually think I want to be posting on TikTok, even though it's the short form video platform. You know, I don't know. Anyway, if you have anything to share, let me know. Otherwise, thank you for listening, and I'll catch you guys soon. Bye.